What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a session breakdown of a song called In the Resurrection, written by I Am Sun featuring Doe. Now, I had the amazing privilege of doing the drum programming on this record. Essentially what that means is I programmed the loop. I love making loops, so I'm always honored anytime someone calls me to be a part of their record in this capacity. But let's get into the session. I'm going to be sharing with you what I'm using and how I went about making this loop for this song. So let's get into it. This is what the song sounds like without the loop. Before making the loop to this song, I didn't get any notes or anything like that. Essentially, Orlando texted me and said, "Hey, can you be a part of this record?" And I said, yes. I didn't ask any questions or anything like that. Now, I did have the advantage of being at this session the night that they recorded this song. So I kind of already knew the song. The song is a very easy song. But one of the things that I want to point out to you in terms of how I think about programming loops is this. So when we hear verse 1 of this song, right, we hear that bass and that kick. That bass and that kick is going boom, doom, boom, doom. And we hear that hi-hat, and then we hear the side stick on the snare. Everything is very cohesive, and that's kind of like the foundation of this song. So we're hearing that doom, ta, doom, ta, doom, ta. That's a funny way to describe that, but that's what it sounds like, right? So my job programming this loop is to figure out a way to add a loop to what they're playing, but to make it cohesive as well. We're essentially trying to merge the picture together and merge the percussion along with the drums and the bass. So this is what I added to the track. My goal when making loops is how can I make people dance? How can I make this song move along and be a part of the song without being distracting and playing the proper role? So the main shaker in the tambourine that you hear is this right here. This is called Shimmer Shake Strike by In Session Audio. And this is a sampler instrument that is making this tambourine and shaker sound, right? So we started with that, and then I added in another shaker on top of that. So this is a sample that I'm using. You can actually get this on my website. I hope you are enjoying this video, but check this out. If you are looking for a place to get high quality loops and sounds and other musical resources that will help you to make better music and become a better musician, check out mkbaileymusic.com. Our sounds and loops have been used by musicians and producers all across the world. mkbaileymusic.com. Make life-changing music today. Let's get back to the video. I'll leave the link below. So we're adding that on top of the tambourine and the first shaker, right? And we're not doing any panning. Like the panning is already within In Session Audio Shimmer Strike plugin. So I'm not doing any panning. The depth and the dimension is already there sonically, right? So then we add in like some congos, right? And for the congos, I'm using Stylus RMX, right? And then the next thing we add, I'm sharing all the secrets with you. I'm using this plugin called Slammer, And this is almost like this cool little spoon sound. We're creating rhythm and we want the track to move along. So we're adding in this spoon sound to make it sound good, right? So that's an interesting texture. So when we add that with the congos and the shakers, we get this. So it's there, but you can barely hear it. It's kind of blending in with the shakers and the tambourine. Then the next thing we add in is a kick. We're using a kick from Slammer as well. And this is almost like a stump bass drum kick, right? Boom, boom. And you can notice with this kick, I'm matching what they're doing in the song. So boom, right? Boom, 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 boom. I'm matching that with that kick. So check this out. It's small details like that that will enhance your loop and enhance the song as well. Then we have in this sample that I'm using right here. This is another percussion type thing. So this is an interesting percussion sound. I don't know how you describe that percussion sound, but I'm using another texture to make this loop sound good. And that's all we have for the verses. Once we get to the chorus of the song, I just keep the tambourine and the shakers in. So we just keep the shakers in, right? Now, once we get back to the verses and Doe comes in and starts singing, I bring back in the first part of the loop, but this time you will notice that I'm bringing in a clap as well. We're bringing in a light clap, you know? And it's real subtle. It's there, but it's blending. And I'm using a plugin called Ting, made by the same company. So as the song grows, we introduce part of the loops, but as the song grows and builds, we add more of that loop in there. So in the second part of the chorus, we introduce another clap in here. The clap that I'm using is in Stylus RMX. These are like my go-to plugins to make loops. I have my own samples as well that I use from time to time. Like this tambourine is one of my samples that I like to use a lot as well. You can get access to that link in the bio. But as the song builds and grows, this is what it sounds like when everything comes together. We add this element in here by Stylus RMX, and it really makes this loop move together, you know? And then we add in a kick with boots. So when we put all that together, you have this nice, full, rich loop, you know? But yeah, that's kind of how we approach this loop. And then there's another part of the song where there's kind of like a dropout. On the dropout, we just left the shakers in there, right? So we just got the shakers. And as the song builds, we introduce a tambourine and a clap. Then when we get back to the chorus again, we introduce the whole entire loop again. So we kept the loop in there. We kept it nice and full, you know? Then we cut out the loop right there. One last thing I will share with you is how I bounced out this session. So this is the final bounce down. So I made sure everything was separate. You know, we got the clap separate, we got the shaker separate, and the tambourine and the spoon separate. Everything is separate, so the producer has complete control over the loop. And if they want to delete something, they can do that as well. We didn't really do any mixing to the track before we sent it out. We did like some unity mixing, some turning up, turning down here and there. But the mix engineer will have complete control over this track. But yeah, that's everything. Instead of just having your loop stagnant and doing the same thing throughout the whole entire track, try to break up your loop, introduce a shaker here, add a clap here, take the clap back out, add back in that shaker, and maybe add in a kick. Tell a story and just don't let your loop stay stagnant. Make it feel good, make it move. But I hope you learned something new. That's all we got for today. If you want access to some of the resources and the products that I use, click the link below. But that's all we got for today. We are out.